Hey, Brian from Snake Bytes here. This is our first show under the Next New Networks family, and I want to welcome all our new viewers. This is my place, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm about. You're watching Snake Bytes. Welcome to all our new viewers. If this is the first time you're tuning into the show, I want to show you what we do here and who I am. If you've been tuning in for a long time, hopefully you'll learn something new as well. Basically, my name is Brian Barczyk. I run BHB Enterprises. We're one of the largest snake breeders in the world. We breed thousands and thousands of snake hares, on average about 35 to 40,000 babies per year. You might ask why I do that. We do it for the pet trade and also for collectors. We actually breed snakes that are as cheap as $20 or $25 all the way up to $30 or $40,000 having one-of-a-kind snakes. I'm going to show you some of those animals and what we do here. Now, I work with hundreds of different types of snakes and tens of thousands of individuals, but one of our specialties here are actually ball pythons. These guys come from West Africa and are one of the most popular pet snakes. And as you can see, it's their namesake. They curl up in a ball. That's where they got their name. But we're not just here to produce normal ball pythons, as cool as they are. We do what they call paint jobs, which is basically breeding this to that to produce the coolest looking animals we possibly can, like this killer blast. This may have taken us 6 or 7 years of breeding this animal mutation into that mutation, eventually getting this hidden gem, and then producing more and more down the road. I've been working with big snakes since I was 17 years old, like this Burmese python, and believe it or not, one of the things that started BHB out was me breeding albino Burmese pythons. It really gave me a kick start, and even though I don't think that these guys are for everyone, and you certainly have to educate yourself if you want a snake as big as this girl. She's probably about 5 or 6 years old now and about 150 pounds. The truth is, if you know what you're doing, these guys can be incredible animals, and I can't see a time when BHB does not have the big snakes. One of the snakes I really love are Australian pythons, like this Woma python. I also work with several other species from Australia, like carpet pythons, children's, and spotted pythons. The cool thing is, while you guys are watching this, I'm going to be down in Australia shooting some really cool footage of some of their animals. I'm going to be bringing that episode to you guys here in a few weeks. Everyone's heard of a boa constrictor. This is actually a sunglow albino boa constrictor. And although I don't have a whole lot of boas, I've always loved them and I'll probably keep them my entire life. And you know what? They have kind of a bad rap. People think of constrictors and they think, oh my gosh, they must kill people. The truth is, these guys are super docile and can make great pets.
This is the Alias Morph of the Week, and today I have a Peter Payne with me. And what's cool about him is that he is 3 different morphs. He's a cinnamon, a pastel, and a champagne. So make sure you tune in next week for Alias Morph of the Week.
Moving on to the colubrid room, these guys are corn snakes, king snakes, milk snakes, stuff like that from North America and Asia, where it actually gets cool, and this room is kept much cooler than the python room. We also even hibernate this room just like it would get cold in North America. It gets down to about 50 degrees in here for 3 months. Once we bring them up, it's breeding season, and guess what? That's what's going on right now, which means in a few weeks we're going to start getting eggs. In a few months we're going to be hatching tens of thousands of babies out of this room. Although a lot of snakes that we produce from the colubrid room are relatively inexpensive and really geared towards pets, we still have some really cool investment quality animals like this scaleless corn snake. We actually had the very first ones that were in the United States, and what makes these so interesting is literally they're just like their name. They have no scales on them whatsoever, and they're really incredible looking. These guys can actually go for $4,000 or $5,000 a piece as babies. This is one of our 2 baby snake rooms. Basically what that means is when baby snakes hatch, they come into these rooms, get set up in these tubs until they are sold, or we decide to keep them and put them into the other room as future breeders when they're adults. This is actually a baby rhino rat snake, one of my favorite snakes. The truth is, there's a ton of work in keeping all these snakes, and you guys know there's no way I'm doing this myself, which means I have to have an awesome crew. I want to introduce you to those guys right now.
Hi, I'm Lori. I'm Brian's wife. I'm basically the one that makes sure everything gets done around here. I have to follow everybody around, make sure everybody's doing their job, and when it's not getting done, I'm usually the one that has to pick up the slack and make sure it gets done.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Chewy. I'm the dinosaur of the shop. I've been here 7 years. Nobody lasts. I do. My job? I raise snakes. I take baby snakes, grow them up, then Brian breeds them. I also am known as Dr. Chewy because I have knowledge. To describe, half-identical, moves. What? And I am a test subject. I get bit a lot. I put my life in jeopardy for this job. Oh yeah, you will be seeing me a lot because I am the #1 superstar too.
All right, guys, it's Kel. I work here in the ball python room. I've worked here for a long time, seniority. I deal with all Brian's high-end stuff. Basically, I'm like the CEO, second in line to take over the company. Basically, I do everything. I'm the enforcer here. I don't want to say that I'm at like the top of the food chain or anything, but I'm at the top of the food chain.
Hey, I'm Kearney. I moved from Puerto Rico. Basically, all I do is a lot of feeding here in the ball python room and the big snakes. We feed them rodents and rabbits.
Hey guys, it's George here, and we are in the baby room. Now, what I do here is work with the babies, collaborate sometimes with chews, and then we get the crew together and we have fun. Like sometimes dance-offs. It might be the stupidest thing, but we will have fun doing it because I came up with the ideas.
For this week's Comment of the Week on the episode of the Top 10 Reasons Why You Should Watch Snake Bytes TV, the question was, what's your #1 reason for watching the show? And Blix5445 said,
With all the crap that goes on in the world on a daily basis, I gotta get my fix of Snake Bytes TV. Otherwise, you might end up like Lori, mad all the time, punching people in the balls. But it's your pain for our pleasure, and for that, we thank you.
yeah, that's for sure. You never want to be as angry as Lori and get punched in the nads. Until next time, you guys keep sending me creative comments. I'm going to feature you on a future episode.
All right, guys, Kel's question of the week. I want to know from you guys, what's your favorite internet TV show, besides Snake Bytes, of course? Text or video comment below. Hey, but don't say anything about cats, because Brian will get pissed.
So there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. That's basically what we're about here. And if you like what you see, make sure to subscribe, comment, rate, and even favorite the show. And make sure to come back next week where we're going to talk about how a color of a snake can sometimes influence its personality. Until next time, you've been watching Snake Bytes.